Moving on, MP baako bi. Oye na gwen se ono okotache free fan na body pause ni jandama akwana ye na gwen se oye no. Na enye adeketwa. Very very serious jandam na akwana be ye. Claiming say under the leadership of NDC no, yeah the plane bi aba Ghana plane no. According to him no, cocaine and drugs. Any sika in a gum in a jalo bibi aboko there. And that's it. In a gum. That is what this man actually said. Me pacho young kwant na yengo ti Rev Ntim Fordjour. Yenti no nsema papai ekae.
On the matter of air med flights and Carvoc Air private jets transporting suspected cocaine and cash. Ladies and gentlemen, on another security matter related to our airspace, the Minority Caucus calls on national security to, as a matter of urgency, make public the content of cargo suspected to be cocaine and cash transported into the country by two suspicious flights, namely Air Med flights NH23AM and Carvoc Air private jets Antonov and 12B, which landed on the tarmac of Kotoka International Airport in March 2025 from Gran Canaria, an island of Spain, and departed to the same Gran Canaria days after their arrival. Reliable intelligence intercepted by the Minority Caucus indicates that on March 20th, 2025, Air Med flight NH23AM, which is an air ambulance, and I must stress, it's an air ambulance, designed specifically to carry patients, landed at Kotoka International Airport in Accra, Ghana, and remained in the country for 5 days before departing 1 a.m. on March 25th, 2025, back to Gran Canaria. Our intelligence further persists that no patient was transported by the said Air Med flights, neither to nor from Accra. There is no evidence of medical referral of or patients accompanying or on board the flights on either legs of the flights. We are reliably informed that contrary to the expectation that the Air Med flight would carry patients, the purpose for which it was designed and operates, it rather on this occasion carried suspicious cargo suspected to be cocaine and cash in various United States dollars denominations. In a related development, a private jet, Carvoc Air Antonov and 12B, also landed at Kotoka International Airport on March 12, 2025, from the same island of Spain, Gran Canaria, and remained in the country for 13 days and departed at 6:40 hours, that is 6:40 a.m., on March 25th, 2025, to Gran Canaria. The very day Air Med flight also departed to Gran Canaria. While it is intriguing that the two suspicious flights would depart to the same location on the same day, even more intriguing is the cargo suspiciously transported by these aircrafts to and from Gran Canaria, an island known for its notoriety in drug trafficking, money laundering, among others. We call on national security to make full disclosure of the content of the cargo carried by these two aircraft into the country, as well as the cargo carried out of the country by the same aircraft to Gran Canaria.
All right, enti honorable in some of Kenya and say, sometimes Ghana is a very funny country. Or say two airlines be about Ghana. Or no information kita no any minority say airline e buy no na ekita drugs any money laundering, meaning say US dollars any package plane no any cocaine any be fadi fi Ghana kwena two ni nyina ba Ghana esan two ko the same locations. Now he thinks say na ba ko air ambulance say plane na air ambulance say fa nipa wa yare, but according to him no o mo be no plane ba na yare fu bia nam ba na illicit drugs any money laundering purpose internal flight in eba Ghana. Yate na see yesu you yate. You pushy Papa further on TV and on radio, and he made mention of the same things na osan kai na esa stressing on the point say asama woka no onim asama woka na eye true na he is not going to back off. No, whilst Joy FM esa granted another interview and they gave him another opportunity to express himself very, very well. Osan repeat almost the same thing.
Kept quiet. The minority is asking questions. What is the status of all these? And around that same time, 2 suspicious flights entered Ghana. We have thousands of flights who come and go. Why are we zeroing down on only these 2? And we raised in our press conference that these 2 suspicious flights, they came around the same saga of money laundering cocaine time.
You still stand by that allegation?
They came around the same time cocaine matter. And one was even an ambulance. There is no record of any patient they brought. And there's no record of any patient they took away. After 5 days, there was another one who also came for 13 days. They all left together to Gran Canaria around the same time. Now, it was the same night, that's the same day, that there was a major doomsday at the airport. So all these 3 are coincidence? Is the question I'm asking. All these 3 are coincidence. So we come to raise questions that give us specific, there was even a pirate issue also. Give us answers to these and updates on them. If investigations have gone on, how far? Tell us the investigation. And we did not direct our queries even to the president, neither did we direct it to Kwachu Fosu. We said that the relevant agencies, because they have the authority. They know what we don't know.
But the president took serious view of your allegations.
Yes, I'm coming.
And decided
we asked that,
ask questions.
Tell us, because it was suspected that those planes were carrying some illicit cargo. And so come and tell us, is it, what did they take out? Simple statement from NACOC, simple statement from National Security, simple statement from NIB, that, we've taken notice of these flights. Now they came and they left, nothing untoward happened. The whole of Ghana would have been okay. They didn't do that. Instead, they chose to do politics with it. And President wrote a very long, post, which just today, Kwachu Fosu has exposed that it was just rhetoric, and that's not what they're interested in. They didn't even want any investigation. They just want to make an example of me. Now, I'm ready for that example. Now, we are asking them...
I don't know whether I can also come in.
Yeah, you will come in, but 5 days now.
Yes.
No security agency has given us responses to these 3. Kwachu Fosu came in yesterday.
He speaks for the government. And this provided the circumstances under which these aircraft landed in Ghana.
You see?
And per their investigators, there's nothing more to prove.
Nelson,
that is what the government is saying. If you have evidence to the contrary, why don't you make it available? The claim is that you even refuse to answer the security agency's call for some kind of investigation.
Nobody has invited me. And when I proved to Felix on this show, on just the show I left on, he now says that they are not going to write. NIB is now going to write an invitation to the speaker for me. So you are now going to write an invitation.
You have not been invited by any agency.
You come and lie to the whole world.
Have you been invited? Nobody has invited. Even as to speak now?
No, nobody has invited me. And so you are now saying that you are writing a letter of invitation. Meanwhile, yesterday you said in your video that you had invited me and I'm running away. Please. The matters are that. Give explanation. In his attempted explanation, you remember on your show when we first spoke about it, you were even doubting if those planes even came in. There were doubts. And this quickly says he's peddling falsehood. It is not true. And that no such plane has entered. Then when your team did their fact checking, they unraveled that indeed those flights came in. And those flights left the same time. Then they turn around and say, okay, now that you have done your checks, they came. But the air ambulance, according to Felix, that the air ambulance, it came from somewhere, was going somewhere, and then it got a fault in Ghana. It needed to fuel in Ghana, Morocco, Niger, Burkina, Mali. They couldn't get fuel anywhere. They came to Ghana to fuel. Right after they fueled, they developed a fault. The engine was leaking, and they had to call another flight to come and repair. And after they repaired, instead of going where they were going, they went back to Gran Canaria. The question I'm asking is, the corpse that was in the ambulance, or the passenger that was in the ambulance, within that 5 days, where did they offload the patient or the corpse to? We need evidence of that. He showed a video of the other cargo, some purported oil and things. When did they take that video? When? Is it now we ask the questions, they are now trying to produce some video? Be that as it may, if he's producing a video of the cargo, why didn't he accompany a video of the air ambulance to also show us the content of the air ambulance, to show us the patient that was in or the corpse that was in? In all this, he says the air cargo was flying from Angola to Europe. But when they took off, they forgot that they didn't have permit to enter EU. How can you take off from Angola that you are going to Europe and you don't have permit, and it is Ghana that they'll come and do their permits? And when they got here, coincidentally, their engine also broke down.
But Ghana, it seems that we have a problem. Yes, it's any people could go parliament. And I watch a video of Honorable Emmanuel Bejera, MP for Whole West or something. I can say, your crop of parliamentarians be about Ghana, they seem to be like behaving like school children. I say they don't even understand anything. As a member of parliament, so when him Bibia, go back and then ask before you come back, and then you start to make unnecessary noise. Millicent say this dancing can very much we pa. Millicent, sometimes it's funny how we get some people in Ghana to come and misbehave in the society and they make noise. Now when you must say, or can't ask him where His Excellency John Dramani Mama say, oh, Bema, why are they? That's it. Into my main kind post to be His Excellency John Dramani Mama at the buy. Also, my attention has been drawn to an allegation made at a press conference by an honorable member of parliament, Rev Ntim Fordjour, regarding 2 suspicious flights arriving at the Kotoka International Airport suspected to be involved in drug trafficking and money laundering. Government takes all allegations seriously, and to ensure a thorough and transparent investigation, I have directed all relevant investigative agencies, including Narcotic Control Commission, NACOP, or NACOC, the Police CID, the National Investigative Bureau, NIB, and the National Security Coordinator to immediately and fully collaborate with the Honorable, let's underline the key word here, and fully collaborate with the Honorable Member of Parliament so he provides all necessary information to the to investigate the allegations and take all actions necessary to expose any drug dealing. We will continue zero tolerance for using Ghana as a transit or final destination for drugs or drug trafficking. The NIB made a high-profile bust of drugs last week with a street value of $350 million US. Let's build Ghana together. So His Excellency John Dramani Mama said, oh, Mr. Honorable, why are they? Based on what he posted, no, Medase. Collaborate with security agencies. Now, Fade Baby and Okren will be an infant Okren Kotoa, Papa Mini Yakum on Tiasie. Say collaboration means they are going to persecute him. One our true challenge is so you are ready to collaborate with the security agencies. No, Monchino, plane by a ambulance, no, Nipa Kwa no Yarea or them. Mr. President, you yate. Go and collaborate with the security agencies. Now, Fade, you won't know what's in Numa. Papa Mini Yakum. Nampacho Yenti explanation. Ira Felix Ufusukwache edema papai concerning allegations are all ya no nukasakura unima de kura woka.
Disinformation machine of the new patriotic party has been ratcheted up, and they've taken it a notch higher. This time, Rev Ntim Fordjour, who also doubles as the member of parliament for the good people of Asin South, has made very wild claims. To the effect that 2 aircrafts which passed through Ghana for various reasons were carrying drugs, and that was the reason why they were here. He also alleged that they were involved in money laundering, and therefore he was calling for investigations. As you may be aware, President Mahama gave him the opportunity to present any evidence or any basis he has for making that claim to the security services, so that together we could look into the matter to ascertain whether there was any truth in it. I can report to you that because he knew he was peddling total falsehoods and lies, he now claims, after being invited to assist with investigations, that he was speaking on behalf of the committee that he was part of, and that the views he expressed were not his personal views. So because of that, he says he's unable to cooperate with the security agencies. I say that he was peddling falsehood because the facts as they exist vary completely from the claims that he made. When he made that claim, he was only seeking to peddle falsehood in a bid to undermine the confidence that the people of Ghana have in this government. The truth is that 2 aircrafts with completely different purposes arrived in Ghana, and their arrival was perfectly legitimate, and they were here for very genuine reasons. The first one is an Antonov Flight 12BK with registration number CVK 7037. Now, this flight essentially is a cargo plane which arrived on the 12th of March 2025. Now, no plane arrives in Ghana without a landing permit. So this plane secured a landing permit with number GAF/TMAO/25/7863. Now, the purpose for arriving in Ghana was what we call a technical stop. Essentially, this is a cargo flight that was destined for the European Union market. And European Union regulations dictate that some specific regulatory requirements be met before any plane of that sort can enter the EU. Now, this plane originated from Luanda in Angola. It was loaded with oil drill equipment and lubricant oil, which were contained in jerrycans. It was headed for the EU market. Now, Luanda does not have the certification to carry out the sort of requirements that this plane had to meet before entering the EU market. Now, the specific requirement is a scanning and screening RA3 procedure, which is a requirement to enter the European Union. Rwanda doesn't have it. The Swiss cargo facility at the Kotoka International Airport has that certification, and they can do that kind of scanning. Whilst here, it developed an engine blade fault. Its engine blade was damaged, and then it was also detected that there was severe oil leakage, which required immediate attention. For that reason, a replacement aircraft, URCEZ, with registration number CVK 7007, was brought in to evacuate the cargo. The aircraft that was damaged remained here for 13 days. That is between 12 March and 25th March 2025. After it had been inspected by aviation security, officials of the Narcotic Control Commission, officials of National Security and National Intelligence Bureau, no contraband or unlawful commodities were found on the aircraft. Now, the second aircraft in question is a Hawker 800 XP with registration number N823AM. Now, this aircraft is operated by an organization called AirMed International, which is based in Birmingham, Alabama, in the United States of America. It operates as an air ambulance. Now, Air Medical International flights in Ghana are handled by Tropicana Airlines. Now, this plane landed in Ghana on 20th March from Gran Canaria, Las Palmas, Spain, having gone through Luanda in Angola. Now, it was also here for a technical stop, which is refueling and crew rest, which is perfectly legitimate activity. It was cleared to land in Ghana with clearance number GAF TWXR252604 OFAA0297/25. Now, whilst it was landing in Ghana, it developed a tire burst and some difficulty with its landing gear, and therefore needed to remain here to be serviced. So another aircraft with registration number N864 arrived on 22nd March with tires and flight engineers from Luanda to replace the damaged tires of the aircraft. Now, once this was fixed, it departed the Kotoka International Airport on 25th March. The aircraft was once again inspected by officials of aviation security, officials of national security, officials of the National Intelligence Bureau, and NACOC, who made sure that it did not contain any unlawful substances, as alleged by Rev Ntim Fordjour. So, in a nutshell, the claims of Ntim Fordjour are false. He cannot prove it. That is why he is running away from the investigative bodies. He is unable to provide any shred of evidence to back his claim. I urge you to be wary of a desperate MPP that believes that the best way to claw his way out of the humiliating defeat they suffered in December 2024 is to peddle these falsehoods under the guise of performing legislative oversight. Whilst we welcome legislative oversight and scrutiny and criticism of any sort aimed at ensuring that we improve upon governance, it is important to condemn this level of political obscurantism, which is deliberately targeted at misinforming people and misleading the public and bringing government's name into disrepute for no reason.
All right, Nti, no, Babs, the story Ankasa is some way, but I stand on my point. Ntim Fordjour is a clown. Well, no, Bob, let's do this way. But my memory explanations of whatever Honorable Felix Ofusuku actually explained, which I made them a viewpoint, but let me just do it this way. Or say, an airplane, it's too free, baby. I don't want to name the countries into my main shorten it that way. Now, Corona Auto any certification, ewo niamana eswana, but Ghana they that permit to do those kind of certification. Into plane to free that country no, it landed in Ghana. Send a buyer certification no, you beat me a conductor. But whilst here no, they realized the plane had a fault. Into another airline was contacted or contracted, and a baby ye cargo ne will play with mono. Edekoe until see a fixes a particular airline no, and kasa echo. Then the other one na ambulance and also no. It too free, baby, it too free. I don't want to be naming names. It landed in Ghana because they wanted to refuel. Now, a CBN who said they had fault into another airplane at the Nipa by I say me fix that particular airline and a tire na abasteno. So let's assume say be our car when I'm now car say and a fit any a car for buy no car piano. I bet you or tire na I fix your car mount. That is what Honorable Felix Ofusuku is saying in mini hobby. So who be some question and me answer. I do agree with no pap say I will have wished to say and your Honorable Felix Ofusuku and a beba out abema answers to all these kind of things because you will nipa ayo mojumana no. One thing about Ghana they say yeah jai everything say a buying no. Millicent, see the video is breaking. I don't know, Millicent, is it my video that is breaking? And I say video name here, and which one is breaking? I don't actually get it. But anyway, if you think everything is okay, I can actually continue now after the matraso. And then I don't know which of the video is actually breaking. Millicent, ubeti miyama mahu say me video ni break and I say video name here break here. Okay. All right. So no Bob says Sami could have explained better. But remember, for many airlines, Air Ghana, we go to different countries to refuel. There was a time I flew an airline. We actually went to Nigeria to refuel because na Ghana you need aviation fuel. All right. No Bob said the video is okay. So my fruit plane, I called different countries to refuel before we landed in Ghana. And the honorable doesn't understand, say a plane could actually go to a different country to refuel and send ABC. 2, your airplane be as we speak. A bit of what to say, intimate landing or Togo, but a bit man landing or Ghana, because it depends on how the airplane is designed and then how the airport is actually designed. And also, possible say plane be bet me to every country be, but the destination, the certification that country doesn't have the power or the authority to do the certification, so it will actually land in a different country, get the certification, then continue its journey. But that's to say why these kind of planes all land in Ghana and then develop fault in the international airport. And then per the laws of Ghana, no plane be basic Ghana aviation for a conduct search and then the video or everything they've been doing. So you could see from videos in our honorable producer and they say aviation conducted all those search at CBBA men who say plane no, they didn't have any cocaine or anything there. It actually came with the cargo now. You specify say as a woman and one person a woman. So one, Honorable Ntim Fordjour could have taken his time well, So if he said there was something on towards at the corner banner, as in concrete evidence, no presented, other than merely a words of mouth, because for now, the Honorable has actually defeated him, and then Abayano ebetimi arrested for peddling false information, because per the criminal code of Ghana, who put out false and misleading information, a criminal offense, as per Act 29, and then as amended by Act 30. You don't have to peddle falsehood in the society to cause merely fear and panic. Say as a Ghana ebedine drug trafficking hub, your fat drugs be a money laundering, those kind of things. Honorable Ntim Fordjour is totally misleading the public. So any serious evidence, why not? He can bring it out. All right, Millicent, so you think it's from your place. Thank you very much. Why are they say what you are prompting me? Because I thought it was from here. It is a building modern society. We a member of parliament, you have to be very serious. What the evidence be about? My evidence, enye clear. Na enye adia ebe boawo. Se ne be ya assemby abeka bia obi ebenya anidaso ne ahotoso ewo mu ehun se ade na wo ye a very serious thing na wo ye. So a member of parliament entimi mfa message bi emma abra ono ankasa nim se message na ode ba no enye clean message. Honorable, oh ye ne mani bi wo ha. Take your time and then do it. And then NPP for just 3 months in opposition and more there, then you have a very long way to go. You have a very, very long way to go. You have a long way to go because I work in opposition just 3 months. Not 3 months, there be a motia. And then you start to misinform the public. Jandama Joanna there. By the time you do election 2028, say Yanko Maya Kwanya Net, I say, Ghana Nibia and Jimun Ghana Nibia no Bajima DBM. And then a so Ghana see elected members of parliament are intelligent. And yes, you the electors of Ghana, you are becoming a problem in our societies. You only elect unintelligent people, or you are fond of electing unintelligent people at the Makotana parliament. Yet when they go there, they go to misinform people. But we need to be very serious as a nation because here building Ghana boom there. We need serious and intelligent people to help us develop the nation. And yes, you confirm be everywhere be any better also member of parliament because of what and this guy we are talking about is a reverend or a reverend. And how can also for all of a sudden come out and then think say a strong one will be there team for politics and also for seminar. So oh yeah, when we are because you think that you are going to fool the people of no, but once you end up fooling yourself, and then the president and then the security agencies are calling you to come and collaborate with them under this investigation. When they also evidence now we in a parliament say one fabra honorable Adrian. So if these are the crop of parliamentarians in Ghana, we have a long way to go. Imagine that this member of parliament, you can't just represent Ghana, maybe in the European Parliament or in AU Parliament or whatever. Or go Ghana because he only go there foolishly and start to discuss issues on Nankasa only Masama Okakoka. It says 2 airlines about Ghana. On just say if it one location, but I fly to the same location. Then I plane be back ambulance. And chill nipa at plane honorable. Why they can't just ambulance be na say yare for them? What if say airline actually flew to Luanda with a sick person, but I feel all returning back to baby or fly free by their home. So the mere fact that you see say something is written ambulance and there should be a sick person on board the plane. Ambulance and I'm gonna yana yare for them. Your ambulance are kofa yare ni in them. And the ambulance are me fancy what could discharge yare for me fancy me fit Techiman. Ambulance be a travel from Techiman at the Nipa ko Confanochia. Return back you don't expect say a best yare for free commerce than about Techiman. So you could actually see a car and a ambulance, but there's no sick person on board. And so honorable merely saying say ambulance baby see Ghana ambulance. Now you yare for that I plane. It doesn't make sense. How can a member of parliament be thinking like this? The constituency, some member of parliament in it. Obama won next election, I'm on 20 because the guy is not intelligent. Not being our form. And when you have this kind of people representing your constituency in parliament, you have a problem. Thinking say adding a player, a ambulance, Aba Ghana. Na omonche yare for kwa no them and I yare for eba befa. What kind of childish talk is this? So he doesn't even believe the plane quite mean developer fault. And as in a tight me basi. Emma Ebia that tie now basi in Ghana where you So another airplane had to come and deliver the ties and then people have to come and fix it. He doesn't even know that. But my simple advice to Honorable Fellows of Fusuku Achene say, Mondi, I don't even know the right way to use. Mama, monche abayno every activity say koso wo Ghana ho. Because when you do that, one we remember abayna be very unpopular. All of a sudden, obi enwa de kura moye. You speak for the president, but when there is an issue like this, Ghana Airport Authority, you will see your PROs, your nothing for let them come and talk. And your minister of Babekasa. No, when you do that, then you are making the work of NDC communicators very, very serious and very difficult. We cannot even ascertain what you are talking because you are the only person having all the videos and other things. Meanwhile, I have videos in an honorable fellows of Fuzuko actually buy and now cop and a class video. No, why are they quiet? As I said, now from the hey Abuja. Did they come to explain? So if there's another question, we go back to them. But if everything you are making some of us very difficult and very tough to do explanations. NDC for decouple the governance from the day-to-day activities of the nation. Because Ghana Airport Authority, you will see you. So if a plane lands there and somebody thinks a plane ABC or no, you my explanation and your Minister of Communication or Information and that's but the Ghana Airport Authority and that's about explaining. Honorable, let's do this kind of things in Ghana because we are building a modern society and that is something we need to do. Yeah. So honorable, no Unimasama Walker. No, but Unimasama Walker. He was just trying to let Ghanaians think say also a member of parliament and he is there. And you could see say in some of kind of when him cry jobi na as a BB and then the team he's just misinforming the public. He doesn't even have any shred of evidence to talk about anything. For that I know. But this is 1 hour with Munufie. We stream 1 hour of our time. She say and then I did any William Munufie Amankona. Take your time watching some of my videos in that video. When I mean you build it. We can subscribe here, but subscribe to the channel because we discuss serious issues here. You near them to where we are born no, I don't do things like that. When issues come up, many family here together and we discuss it and we arrive at the same conclusion. In this Honorable Fordjour, if whatever he said makes sense, I would have said Honorable, whatever you said makes sense. But for now, the Honorable couldn't even convince me. And I wouldn't even convince me back like he knows what he's talking about because actually he doesn't actually make sense. It makes sense because sorry to say he is not behaving as a member of parliament. What can I say? President and the two, why are they? And somehow can I mean under my watch, Emma Ghana, Emma baby the money laundering and then drug trafficking. Bra now only security agencies and collaborating. Now find it no could be among Canadian panicity or say hey menko. You are misinforming the public, so they need to punish you because you cannot ultimately member of parliament who go one casa or country anymore. I've been watching international news. A lot of them have picked this particular in some of the African Report or something like that. I read it and they were also saying, oh, now MPBI is saying that president is on